Salaam, nerd. This is your boy Neebs, aka Watch with Neebs, and I'm here with my co-host Jats, and we want to wish you a happy new year. Bum, 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 bum.
Woo! Do we have
What's
sound
up?
effects?
We should get sound effects. You know who has sound effects? Meg. Maybe we should ask him how he did all those sound effects. We need to get sound effects on our show.
Yeah, let's get some sound effects for 2024. I forgot what year it was.
Oh my god, I always forget what year it is. It's so confusing because like I thought we were already in 2024, so I thought next year was 2025, and turns out, no, we still have a little bit more time left until 2025.
What's happening in 2025? You seem so eager.
That's when the aliens come and they'll put us out of our misery.
Oh goddamn, we have another year then.
I know.
All right, okay,
All right.
fine.
Until then, keep the Zoloft going, and we'll be
The
fine.
trazodone, the Adderall. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's all right. Listen, guys, thank you so much for hanging with us, man. I think we are in February, I believe. We will be at our 2-year mark, I believe. Is that
Yeah,
correct,
February
Chad?
1st.
February 1st, we will be 2 years Salam Nerds. And we have to let you know, we just hit 4.64K on YouTube, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I don't know how that happened, but hey, we're here. Almost 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. We got thousands on TikTok. And we got a couple of hundred on Instagram, and we got thousands on our Spotify and all those like audio platforms. So we're getting there, man. We're excited. We're starting. We
slow
have a
growth, man.
family. We
Yeah,
have a little
slow growth, but we got
uh,
it.
and it's a natural growth, man. Like we worked our asses off on it, and we built this family, and we got a bunch of people who join us live all the time, and that's what we're gonna do today. Today is like a recap episode, kind of like how like you watch like Scrubs or Community, and they have like a bottleneck episode. This
Yeah.
is our bottleneck episode. We're gonna recap our favorite moments from the year. Yo, 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 we got Dirty Coat. Okay, so speaking of our favorite moments of the year, our favorite username is probably Dirty Goat Smuggler, who is on almost every week. So
You know,
shout out to
he
Dirty Goat
follows
Smuggler.
me on Twitter. I forgot his name right now. Hold up, let me look it up. But yeah, like he's one of our longest, like the most active fans that we have.
Yeah,
Like it's just so nice to have him. And then every time we'll ask about who is it?
Quake. He keeps
Quake in the
asking Quake.
MCU. Yeah.
No matter what episode we're doing, whether it's related or not, he brings up Quake, which is a character from Shield, Agents of Shield, I believe. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really really funny. But Jazz, man, how have you liked it? How was your year overall? Let us know. Good, bad, ugly.
Man, I don't know where these last 3 months went.
Yeah.
Like it was just like I feel like I was in Nashville for my friend's wedding,
Mm-hmm.
and I blinked, and here we are. And he got married 3 months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I've lost all track of time. I don't know what's going on anymore. Like, just I don't know.
Yeah, I feel that way about like November. Like as soon as November came, like I just blinked and it was over. But I'm really glad the way this year worked out, man. Like last year was bad, bro. I remember around like November, December, and January, like we almost quit the show because like I was going through so much depression, and I started like medication, and it was just like bad, bro. It was so bad. I remember
I
we
don't know
like
about we. I would have kept it going.
I think like we skipped like a good like I don't know, like 3 weeks of episode. We didn't do episodes
Yeah,
for
three
like
or
3
four
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
Like it was like a good amount of time. And we're like, all right, we need to get our fan base back because it dropped significantly after we didn't do like a bunch of episodes. So yeah, man. And then I think what really turned it around for me was that trip I took to Pakistan. When I went to
Yeah.
Pakistan, it was one of the greatest vacations I've ever had, and I went with such a great group. And we actually did an episode on my trip to Pakistan, which you can actually tune into and check it out. But man, before that year, like, I mean, before that trip, like, it was bad, bro. Like, it was so hard to do anything, but luckily, turned it around, man. I think it has a lot to do with some of the medication and good habits and good friends and maybe
Mm-hmm.
leaving this like capitalist society and this drone of just doing the same thing over and over again and going to the mountains with the fresh air and the fresh water and like where people live to be 100 because they do everything naturally. It was incredible. That entire trip turned my year around. What was the big turnaround for you, Jazz? How was your year?
Uh, this year kind of sucked.
Ugh, I know. Did it ever turn around?
Nah.
Fuck. All right. Well, you know what? This year we're gonna turn it around. This year, big moves. Big moves are gonna happen, man. We gotta stay positive. It's
Oh
all
yeah, I'm
about
definitely positive. Like I know there are bigger and better things on the horizon. It's
yeah,
just sometimes like time, you want time like to speed up a bit because like there's certain things that you're waiting for you want to get done
yeah,
or in motion, and then like now I'm just like waiting for these things to fall into place.
yeah,
And in the meantime, I just have nothing but anxiety until I get there. I'm just like, ah, I hate
yeah.
this.
I know
But I
that
know it's
feel.
there. Like I know the future is there.
Yeah. Shout out to April in the comments. She's in on Instagram and she says, "Yeah, her year sucked too, man." April, we are so sorry that your year sucked. We know a little
We
bit
miss
about it,
you.
but we miss you. We miss having you on when we talk about the Bachelor and the Golden Bachelor and all the debauchery that was going on. Hopefully things turn around for you and we can have you back. Our fans miss you too. So April, hopefully you can come back. But Jazz, I was thinking, why don't we recap some of our favorite episodes of this year?
Okay.
Yeah? All
Mm-hmm.
right. That sounds good.
Let me
Do
pull
we
up a
have
list of our episodes.
any comments? By the way, keep up. I can't see the comments, so just pop them up as they come along. Dirty Goat Smuggler sounds like a member of Mena chapter of Wu Tang, like old dirty bastard.
Yep.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, man. We had some amazing guests on. I love the people that are in the comments. I love the people that are guests. So I think the year kind of started like I always say the year has to like start with an exclamation point, right? And I think the last thing we covered was Andor, and then the first thing we covered was The Last of Us. The Last of Us was a good time. Ruzzy was on our episode every week. We
Mm-hmm.
were we were having such a good time covering The Last of Us. That was a fun show to cover. I really enjoyed it. Plus, there's like all these like background information from like the TV show and the video games, and I don't know. I thought that was a good time. We really enjoyed that. What were your thoughts about The Last of Us?
I mean, I loved The Last of Us. I thought it was a great show. I don't think it was the best show of the year.
No, I don't think it was best
No.
show of the year either. But it was fun.
Andor did it for me, man. Wait, did Andor was Andor in January or was it last year?
So Andor was like at the end of December. So like technically
Okay.
it wasn't in our 2022 wrap up because our wrap up was in December, but it's like in the middle, I would say. Like
Okay, yeah, no.
it ended
Andor
it
was
it ended in
amazing.
December, but people were still talking about it come January. But it was
Okay.
amazing.
What about
Yeah.
House of the Dragon? When was that?
No, House of the Dragon was a couple of years ago, bro. It wasn't last year. It was the year before that.
Oh my god.
I
It's
know.
been that long?
I know. Oh my god, I miss JJ. JJ was so great. And
Richard.
Richard and JJ were on our show every week and they were
Yeah.
so much fun. We miss them.
That was 2022?
Yeah,
What?
bro. Yeah, House of Dragon. But it's coming back. They got trailers,
Oh my god, yeah, okay.
but it's not coming back till summer, so we got a little bit of time. We got a little bit of time.
Still, that's great. Geez, what else?
We
Like
did our interview with Pradeep. We got some more celebrities. Pradeep was a
that
celebrity
was a
that we
good one.
got. Yep. If you're a fan of The Bachelor, we got Pradeep to be on our show, and that was fun. And then our biggest episode of all time, Sagar. Like, bro,
Yeah.
5 million views was insane. That's like crazy. It went so viral. It was in every single person's like story. I was like see people's story and I'd be like, that's me, by the way, guys. Like my friends and family were sharing that tweet And like I was like, by the way, guys, that's me. Thank God I put the link to our podcast on there because
I'm
like
very glad you did.
I know I can't believe 5 million views for a tweet. That's insane. So we got a lot of new listeners from our Saga episode, and it was a great episode. And Jazz, you carried that episode because I had technical difficulties, and I'm glad you did because it came out really really good after a little bit of fancy editing.
I do what I can, man.
Yeah, yeah. And then our Palestine episode was also really, really good. That was also one that did really well. I think those two are probably our two biggest episodes of the year.
You know what that tells me, man?
What?
Maybe we should give up reality TV and nerd culture and just go into news. Like,
Sadly, I would kind of disagree because
nah, I'm kidding. I'm
those
kidding.
those episodes did really well because of the tweets and the promotions, whereas
Right.
The Bachelor does well without any tweets, without any because I don't even post Bachelor content on the Instagram page and the TikTok page, and that still does well without it. It's like those have that's almost the loyal fan base. The other ones were like they'll come if something is like popping,
Yeah.
but the Bachelor fan guys, they're always there, man. They're always there. Um, also, another episode that did really well was the one we did with Rocky, where the DCU was in shambles, where James Gunn came out and laid out the new groundwork for the DCU. That was
Yeah.
a fun episode where we broke down everything coming out of the DCU, which like they're talking about it now, and they're like, it was such a bad idea to announce that because it literally was the reason all the shows tanked. Like Blue Beetle tanked, Aquaman tanked. They're like, no one's going to watch a show with a dead universe.
Yep.
And now they're regretting James Gunn announcing all of that stuff.
Yeah, you'd think it would be such a good thing to do it all up front, but no. And in fact, I remember that episode I was talking about how Warner Brothers Discovery would possibly put DC into a different entity and
Yeah.
spin it off and sell it. And
Yep.
now there's actual talk of that happening. I'm like,
I
oh,
know.
we called that months ago.
It's so funny. Our homie, who says this? Somebody on Twitter always says it, and she brings it up all the time. I think her name is Tammy, and she's always like, "We called it on Salaam there." She always picks it out, so I love that. Um, the other one that we did was a show like I
It was
didn't
Sarah
really
Fisher.
Sarah Fisher. Oh, okay.
No, sorry. She was the actual journalist who did it. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Let's see. Mandalorian came out. That was a good episode this season. Not the best season, but it was still pretty satisfying.
It was aight. Yeah.
Yeah, we got
It
like,
was good.
like more Bo-Katan stuff. We did a little Indian matchmaking with Shiv. I love Shiv. Shiv is fun to have on the
Shit
show.
was great.
Shiv is
And
great.
we could possibly do our like favorite movies because she was also on for Polite Society, right?
No, Shiv was not on for Polite Society. Polite
Who was I
Society was
thinking of?
Ruby and Nav.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Nav also has one of our highest episodes, the episode about Hassan Minaj and WWE. Like people literally DM me and like, can you guys do more wrestling content? Like people love wrestling.
Dude, I haven't watched wrestling since like I was 10.
I haven't watched wrestling since like 2002, I believe. That's the last time I've watched
Yeah, when I
wrestling.
was 10.
That's crazy. Because like the Rock was like just like it was like past the Attitude Era, and the Rock was just starting to get into movies, and I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, man, wrestling is a big deal. Because the thing is, like, I watch these like behind the scenes things about wrestling, and they're so interesting. It's more interesting than the actual show. Like you talk about like Undertaker, and he does these interviews, and you find out like who are the people who almost killed him in matches because they were such bad wrestlers. Like they talk about Goldberg and Mabel, and they're like, yeah, like these people because they were so out of shape or didn't know how to wrestle technically, they would put people in harm's way, and then you would see clips of like how they actually did it. It's crazy. Speaking of wrestling, the Iron Claw movie is coming out. That's another one on our list that we're probably going to cover. So that's going to be really good. Love is Blind. We did Love is Blind, and we didn't love it this year, man. We were kind of like out of it.
This year sucked.
It sucked, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I hate it because like it's from Houston, and they picked like the worst assholes from Houston to be on the show, and like it sucked. I just hated it all.
Maybe everyone in Houston's an asshole. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
uh,
I mean, it is what
li-
it is.
it is what it is. All right, fair. All right. The other movie that we did with Marley loves film. That's another friend of the podcast. He did Super Mario. And that was a fun episode. And he also did Fast X. So we had him on for Fast X and Super Mario, and that was a fun episode.
That whole summer was great, man. I feel like so many good movies came out over the summer,
Yeah.
and like I'm still trying to chase that that content feed because like I'm not
Yeah.
getting that anymore.
You know what? I realized that our movie content does better than our TV show content on the TikToks for some reason. Like not in like
Interesting.
general, but in TikTok. I think because like people will watch movies like a year after it comes out, but people won't watch an episode of a show a year after it came out.
That's fair.
Yeah. So like some of our like movie episodes, like Prey on Hulu, is still one of our best episodes, and we did that like years ago,
Oh,
and
Prey was great.
it still comes out. Yeah. Speaking of Prey, we got to do What If, because there is a superhero who is of
Yeah.
indigenous background, and we just did an episode on it on Agents of Fandom, which was a great episode. Go check them out. But we're gonna do one on our podcast too. But that's gonna be great.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's
Yeah.
like what, 2 days from now or tomorrow?
Yeah. Speaking of Agents of Fandom, TJ's been on our episode. Garrett's been on our episodes a few times. TJ was on our Squid Games episode.
Carlos in our comments right now.
Yo, Carlos is the G. I'm just gonna bring up. We did Blue Beetle with Carlos, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that was a good one. I think out of everybody that's been on our show, should we pick favorites? Is that gonna be like? Is that gonna be a problem?
It might. Let's do it anyways.
I don't care. Carlos is my favorite. He's so funny.
He is. Like he's just
I'm not
great.
picking favorites, but like Carlos is my favorite.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite?
Can't even
Chad?
argue that one.
Who's your favorite?
Oh man, for me it's between Carlos and MTF. I think
MTF is good too.
Whenever we brought them on, it was always hilarious, and I could not stop laughing the whole episode.
The only reason I didn't pick MTF because he was on a few episodes that I wasn't on, so I missed them.
That's your fault.
Yeah, because I was on a date. I tried to join in on my date. I remember my date went to the bathroom and I was like, let me see what the hell Jazz is doing. And I signed in real quick. And I saw you guys. And I was like, all right, look at them. And then my date came back and she's like, I don't want to see you anymore.
Damn.
They were unrelated. The two things were unrelated, guys, but still.
You go on a podcast, your date's like, I don't want to see you anymore. She saw you go live.
It was unrelated, all right. And actually, it wasn't that. We're still good friends. It was just a vibe. All right, we did a Ted Lasso episode, man. Ted Lasso, not the best season, but it was a great satisfactory of like, what's happening. Oh my gosh, somebody just mentioned something in the comments. Oh my god, you guys are going to address the fight that happened at the ICNA matrimonials. No. We're what? I had no idea a fight broke out at the matrimonial. That's insane. That's insane. Please send us details. We would love to cover that. And the reason this person brought it up is because we've done a lot of like episodes about dating and matchmaking and these like conventions. So we went to one in Dallas at the UPNA, which is like a Pakistani convention, and then we went one in Chicago, and there was always like drama surrounding it. And they were like, you know what, wouldn't it be funny if we took all the drama, got all the information from all these sources, and just like blasted it to the public and see what happens.
Spill
out of it.
Everybody's tea.
Spill everybody's tea. See what happens. No names. We didn't use any names, but like, we relayed the situations. And people got really mad.
Yeah, that's why you don't do that.
People got really mad. They were so mean. They were like, they only have this many followers. My son has more than that. I was like, damn, yo, just because your son is cool as fuck doesn't mean you gotta bring us down. Also, let him know, man. Let him collab with us.
That ship has sailed, hasn't it?
I know. Actually, no, like I had a talk with everybody, like everyone who was hating on us, and I talked to him afterwards, and like I was like, listen, this is what I was trying to accomplish. and like this is why I did it. And they were actually very okay with it. They actually were like cool with it afterwards.
Yeah, I mean,
So
there were some issues we need to fix as a community, and it's good that we're talking about it.
sometimes you got to air some dirty laundry to clean your dirty laundry, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, if you know something about this fight, let us know, and maybe we'll discuss it. We didn't go to ICNA this year, man. We weren't feeling it. Like honestly, I was kind of like done with all the conventions. And also I am not technically supposed to be seeing anybody for a while because
Oh yeah.
I am contractually obligated to be single for the next 3 months. And you will know why come fall 2024 on Hulu.
I was waiting for that. I was like, where?
Yeah.
Yeah, the only other thing I heard about the conventions at Riz was like Hamza Yusuf said some things about Palestine, and then somebody pulled the fire alarm because they were pissed at him. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, he said
Interesting.
some pretty bad things. So I'm like, all right, maybe in context it was different. I don't know. But like from the TikTok video I saw, it looked pretty bad. And then somebody pulled a fire alarm, and I was like, all right, cool.
Okay. Is that a felony? Like, can you get in trouble for that?
Probably.
Damn. Didn't that happen to Miss Marvel? Like she pulled a fire alarm during the wedding.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Like when
let's
you
see.
pull a fire alarm when like, there's no fire, that's pretty messed up.
It is. All right, it is. Okay. Let's talk about Across the Spider-Verse. That is probably my favorite movie of the year. Hands down, thumbs up, 7 up, like the best.
You're not gonna believe this, but
What?
Atif and Skeeb and we watched it again yesterday.
Yeah?
Like last night, we were up till like 6 a.m. just watching it.
Where the fuck was my invite?
Well,
No, I'm
I
just
didn't know
kidding.
you were gonna be up at 6 a.m. Like,
I actually was, but I still probably wouldn't have joined.
like we got back from New Year's, we're like, hey, let's hang out, play some Genshin Impact, and then we're like, hey, let's watch a movie. And then we
Oh,
did until
cool,
we fell
cool.
asleep.
It was good. Across the Spider-Verse is probably hands down my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, yep, agreed.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're agreed. We're agreed.
It's not even close, dude. Like, I know Oppenheimer came out. I know we had like all these amazing movies, but like
Yeah.
Across Spider Verse was just something else.
Yeah. Our Across the Spider-Verse episode is number 418. So if you want to go back and watch that, feel free to check it out. We had a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of stuff. Hey, Dimensional Dean, what's going on, man? You're a newcomer to our podcast. Welcome, welcome. We are talking about all of our episodes that we have done throughout the year, and we're kind of just recapping a little bit of them for the new year. But happy New Year's, bro. Yes. So we just said Across the Spider-Verse was one of our favorite movies of the year. I would say one of my least favorite movie of the year is probably The Flash.
Can we not go to DC right now?
Listen, we did cover the Flash movie, which is episode 421. So you want to go back and and listen to us talk about the hot garbage that was the AI and the special effects in the Flash, feel free to do so. But that being said, Supergirl was awesome. I loved Supergirl in that. I hope she gets to continue to be our Supergirl, but it doesn't look like it. But oh man, what a waste! What a waste of an incredible Supergirl.
For real, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like Batman was amazing too, but we're not gonna get that either because that movie tanked, and so yeah, it just sucks.
Yeah, and that weird like George Clooney thing at the end, I don't even follow.
Oh, because George Clooney was Batman.
Yeah, I get that, but I was like, what good does it do? Like the universe is dead,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Actually, give me Nicolas Cage as Superman. I would love that.
That would have been cool. I heard they didn't even use Nicolas Cage in the scene that they
Yeah, it was
have.
AI.
It was all AI. Yeah, he just like
Yeah.
took some pictures and then that was it. One of the more controversial shows that we did this year was the Shozada Sisters that is on Hulu with the Afghan sisters. Oh man, they're still up there. There's no sign of a renewal for season 2, but it was a fun time. I don't think they deserve all the hate they got. Maybe some, but not all the hate that they got. It was wild when that came out.
It was entertaining TV, I'll tell you that.
Our friend Selma came on the podcast to do that. She was an actor, and we got to learn about like all her life and how she was actually in the running to have her family be a reality show, which I thought was fun.
I would love to see that actually.
Yeah,
Because like, isn't she related to like a couple of comedians or something like that are
yeah.
cousins?
Ali Aslam, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah, right. So like
Right? Yeah.
a reality TV show around a family of like creatives, right? That'd be
Creative.
really
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of which, her cousin is actually going to be in a show called Deli Boys with Sagar.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Yep.
coming out on Hulu. Yeah, that's cool. We'll definitely cover that. Um, also we had okay, so we talked about the worst movie that we've covered, which was The Flash. The worst show that we covered,
Love Is
Secret
Blind season 5.
Invasion. No,
Oh.
Secret Invasion was the worst show we covered.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
I would still argue Love Is Blind was worse.
But like people tuned into Love Is Blind, even though it was hot garbage. People still tuned in.
Fair.
All right. We did a Black Mirror episode, and honestly, I don't remember this episode at all. It's not even like I don't remember covering Black Mirror. Who was our guest?
I
When
don't
did we
remember
do
the
this?
guess was, but I remember like two of the episodes. One was like a Hollywood paparazzi, and then she becomes a monster and tears everybody up. Then there was that
Oh,
one.
Selma Hayek.
Yeah,
The Selma Hayek episode. Yeah, I
that
remember
was
that.
another one. There was also the one with the astronauts where the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay, yeah, I do
was.
remember it. They were not
Yeah,
bad. It's so ironic that like this episode came out about AI using people's images to make movies, and then the strike came out right after that episode. So wild.
if somebody was writing a script for the universe, they're doing a great job. Like, just
Yeah.
perfection.
Honestly, I think if the world was a show, the show should have ended at the conclusion of 2020. Like that should have been the series finale.
2020, bro, go further
COVID.
back. 2016, like we're good.
No, we have to end. We have to end a national disaster. They should have been a zombie apocalypse, and then the world should have ended, and then that was it. That was
Okay.
all right. We did Barbie and Oppenheimer, so we did the Barbenheimer. That was
Yep.
fun. That was a really really good episode. We did really well in the ratings for that one. Who do you think got more views? Was it Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Barbie for sure.
No, surprisingly, Oppenheimer.
Really?
Oppenheimer episode had more views than the Barbie episode, which is crazy because we posted so many amazing clips of like Barbie, like everything
Yeah, I remember so
Maliha,
many. Yeah.
everything Maliha said was like viral. Like it was so good, and I'm surprised that we didn't capitalize on it, and it didn't do. I mean, it did well, but it didn't do better than Oppenheimer.
Well, I mean, this Rocky. Rocky's just fantastic, man.
Rocky, yeah, Rocky is super genius. Yeah. Love hearing him talk about it. Speaking of Rocky, another show that we did, Mission Impossible. That was the fun one. You know me, I love my Tom Cruise, who, actually follows me on Twitter. I don't know why. I don't ask questions, but he does.
Dope.
Yes. And in the next movie, he's going to do this thing where he's on the wing of an airplane while it's in the air with no parachute. And guess what? I did it first. This is the first time I did something before Tom Cruise. So
I know. I'm just like, whoa, wait a second, what?
yeah.
Cool.
But yep. Oh, you know what the fun episode we did? If you go to episode 447, we do an entire episode about white savior movies. That was a fun episode.
That was funny. Because we didn't script that one, right? Like that was
No,
just us going out on a whim. Yeah.
that was a Salaam Weekly. What happened was news came out that the family that I believe the family that took in the kid from
The
the Blind
wrestler.
Side,
Yeah,
the Blind
yeah.
Side,
Or
he
sorry,
was
football
suing
player.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was suing them because of like they never adopted him. They tricked him into thinking they adopted him, but they really did a conservatorship.
Yeah.
And because of that, they took all his money and they gave his money to their kids. Like they're an evil family, bro. They're so
Straight
bad.
up evil. Yep. There's no other word for it.
And the movie made it look like they did all this stuff and they taught him football. And he was like, first of all, I already knew how to play football. They didn't teach me. They tried to make me look dumb. I'm not dumb.
Of course they did. He's black. Like it's racism, obviously.
I think that was the final straw for white savior movies. I was like, that was the last one, and people were like, "All right, man, we can't anymore." That was just really, really bad. But yes, that came out. So we did a whole episode on white savior movies. So if you want, go to episode 447 where we talk about all the white savior movies. Some of them we love actually, and some of them are really really bad.
Yep. Oh, that
uh,
reminds me of the Halloween movie episode we did, or the horror movie.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
cool.
that was cool. It was called Gen Z and Halloween. I don't even know what we talked about, but it was a good episode. Yeah,
Why do we mention Gen Z?
I don't remember why we mentioned Gen Z, or like maybe like the way Gen Z watches horror movies is different than the way we used to.
No. There was probably some news thing that happened that day, and then
All right, maybe.
on how great they are with striking and shifting jobs, and
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Also, we cover the entire show of One Piece. Carlos says, "Nah, man. Green Book won Best Picture. That's the white savior apex." Yeah, that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Oh man,
Accurate.
I have not seen that movie, but I've seen so many clips of it on TikTok where I feel like I've actually already seen this movie.
You should just watch it just for the sake of watching it.
No, I just want. I mean,
But
Mahershala Ali. I watch anything he's in. He's amazing.
yeah, we watched a movie yesterday or day before.
Mm-hmm.
Because yesterday we watched Into the Spider-Verse, which also has Mahershala Ali in it.
Yeah.
But day before, it was that one on Netflix. That new one where the world is ending and they're stuck on an island, and they rented a house like right outside New York City. It was on Long Island. I don't know.
No, never even heard of it. Oh,
Yeah.
Saltburn.
Let me see what it was.
I think Saltburn came out in theaters. I don't think that's actually.
Yeah, it just released in 2023.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Leave the World Behind. Yeah, like it
Oh,
released,
Leave the
like,
World Behind.
Yeah.
All right. The other.
Oh, you went mute.
How about now? Can you guys hear me now?
Oh wait, you're okay. I think you're
Looks like
something
something's
disconnected.
glitching.
Yeah, because it sounds like
Something's
you're on
glitching.
the webcam mic
All right,
now.
we're gonna switch real quick.
Yeah, for a second I thought maybe my headphones or my audio stopped working and I couldn't hear you. But then in the comments you're like, "Oh yeah, he's muted."
I am going to leave and come back.
Great.
I'll be right back.
Welcome back to Chess with Jazz. Today we're going to be looking at the Queen's Gambit. You start off by moving your pawn onto d4. Actually, I don't know chess that well.
Hey, Jazz, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's still the your webcam mic.
I don't know why I can't hear you.
Yeah. Hold up, let me just text you.
Oh, I can hear you now, Jazz.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes, sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Okay, yeah, we're still on the webcam mic.
Yes, I am. Let me see if I can change that. All right, testing.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
All right, that's good. I think one of my wires may be a little funky, so might need to change the wire. I will do that this week. Yeah. So we were talking about One Piece, Jazz. So One Piece was a show that we did, and that was a lot of fun. And you've been trying to get me into that show for a long time.
It took me a year, but
yeah.
I got you into it.
You got me into One Piece, and like when I knew the show was coming out and there was gonna be a live action, I was like, all right, it's time for me to watch the show so that I can be ready for the live action. And I did it, and I'm 400 and something episodes in, still going strong. And we'll see how it goes.
Did you expect it to be as good as it is?
It's actually really, really good. I'm not gonna lie. It I,
Everyone's like, "Oh, it's a cartoon. It can't be that good." And then you're like,
no,
"No."
I know. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I wasn't surprised it was good. I knew it was gonna be good because I know most animes are good. So, like Attack on Titan is good. I've watched that. So I watched the Studio Ghibli. They're just really hard to get into, but they're never like not good. Like, I think majority of anime are actually really, really good. They're just really hard to get into.
But why?
I think it's the animation, right? Because we grew up with like American style animation, and when you see like Japanese style animation, it's like so jarring a little bit. And then like the way they speak is jarring. The fast action with the strobe lights that give you like a seizure, that's jarring. So it takes a while for you to like get used to that.
All right.
You grew up with that. I didn't. I grew up with like freaking Transformers, right? Like 80s cartoons. All right. So it's a
This
little
is
different.
true. I started watching anime like when I was like 7 or 8. So
Yeah.
like I remember
But
coming home from school and watching Dragon Ball Z on Toonami. Like
I
that was my
still
thing.
I still haven't seen Dragon Ball Z. I have like Hulu has 4 Dragon Ball Z shows, and none of them is Dragon Ball Z. So like I have to watch that one before I can watch all the other ones. So it's like pointless. Uh,
It's great, man.
all right, I'm gonna get into Dragon Ball Z one of these days. All right,
Good luck with
next
that.
next we got Loki. We did Loki, and Loki was a show where I wasn't like they lost me in the middle, but it ended so good, and I'm so
Phenomenal.
glad the way they pulled it off.
Yep.
Yeah, Loki was definitely one of our high shows. So I definitely like that. Um, Another one that we did was obviously the Marvels with Aisha. That was a fun episode that we did. We enjoy that. She ended up doing a article for Brown Girl magazine, and she interviewed Maniba Auntie, who
Mm-hmm.
is Zaniba. She got to interview her, and she reposted her, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That was like mashallah, good for Aisha. She really
Also, like,
deserves all
I
of it.
love that entire cast. That entire cast in that movie is like pro-Palestine, and like the whole like boycott thing came out around their movie, which sucks so much. Like Sagar, Zaniba Auntie, Anita Costa, like they're all like pro-Palestine, and like still like it hurt the boycott hurt them the most,
Which
which
is unfortunate. Like
unfortunate. Yeah.
I feel like boycott should be a bit more targeted. Like you should support the people who are pro Palestine, right?
Well,
Like
yeah. But here's the thing, like it's very confusing, and this is why we asked which one called it BDS to come on our show, because there is a lot of confusion right now about the boycott of Disney and Marvel and what we're supposed to be doing and what should be pressure and what should be boycott. So let me give you guys the background. What happened was, Disney gave $2 million to a organization, which is like a health organization, but
it's
turns
the
out
Israeli
some
Red Cross.
yeah, it's really Red Cross. So it's not like they're giving it to the army, but then some people are saying, yeah, this Israeli Red Cross does have ties to the IDF. I don't know how true that is. There's nothing I have seen to say what they actually do with the IDF. Just the fact that they provide blood to the IDF, I think. I don't know, or stuff like that, blood banks and stuff like that. But people were like, okay, we're going to boycott Disney. And BDS was like, no, we're not going to boycott Disney. We're going to pressure Disney. Disney is a conglomerate. So even if you try to boycott Disney, you're still going to be supporting it because they own so many things. So let's be a little bit more targeted. So then what they did was they came out and they said, hey, for Black Friday, we're going to boycott all of Marvel's stuff because Captain America 4 is going to have this character, which is very problematic. And a lot of people took that to mean we're boycotting Marvel across the board, whereas their website says we're boycotting them for Black Friday. The tweet, which one? Not tweet. The Instagram post, the picture says we're boycotting Marvel for Black Friday, but then the caption underneath just says boycott Marvel. So people are like, well, the caption says boycott Marvel, the picture says boycott Marvel for Black Friday. The website says for Black Friday. So there is a little bit of confusion on whether we're supposed to be boycotting Marvel or not.
Whatever.
So that's why we're like, we need a little bit more clarity, because right now what they want is pressure. They want to pressure Disney to remove this character. And if you're not engaging with them, then you can't really pressure them.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. That's the way I think about it. Also, we covered, speaking of Disney, we covered Elementals. That was a pretty good one with Marmar. That was a fun one. We didn't have her on since Everything Everywhere All at Once, and it was fun to bring her back.
Yeah, like the Asian parent experience. Like we all
Yeah.
have it, so it's great.
Yeah, actually, absolutely. And then we round off this year with our last two episodes have been really fun. We did Godzilla -1, episode 554, which I thought was really, really fun to do. And then we did Doctor Who, the David Tennant stuff. And I think Doctor Who is going to be a reoccurring show that we're going to capture because Doctor Who is very popular and it wasn't doing well for a while. A lot of it is because maybe the writing, people didn't like the new Doctor. I don't know. I thought that the Doctor was fine, but she didn't have the best material to work with. But this new Doctor seems to have that energy that was missing, that spark. And I'm hoping that we can, everyone can become Doctor Who fans again. That'll be fun. But we covered the David Tennant episode 556 on our podcast. And if you're a David Tennant fan, you're going to love that episode because it was we did a lot of fun Easter eggs with that one.
I need to catch up on Doctor Who. I'll do that right after Jujutsu Kaisen.
All right, Jazz, trust me. Once you get to like the Matt Smith episodes, bro, not only are they gonna blow your mind, but they're going to like make you cry. They're so good. Like, so David Tennant episodes are mostly done by Russell T Davies, and he is the one who is doing it now. But the Matt Smith ones were the ones being dubbed by Stephen Moffat, who did Sherlock, the Benedict Cumberbatch
Okay.
version. So he was doing both those at the same time. And he does a great job with that show. So that one is really, really cool.
I like how you can like mess up Benedict Cumberbatch's names and you know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, Benedict Cabbage Patch.
Benadryl cucumber.
Yeah. Benoxidil Cumberpatch. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, man, these are all my favorite episodes. I definitely enjoy so many of our guests. They were so great. I love the people who come up in the comments. Brown Boy Wonder always in the comments. Ruby's in the comments. Ruzzy's in the comments. They're always fun to talk to. Dirty Ghost Smuggler. All these people. It's so much fun to have you guys in the comments. It makes the episode more fun. And now that we're simultaneously streaming on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, we'll have even more people in the comments. Whatchamacallit, who was in the comments last time? Murphy was in our comments during Squid Games, and she was a delight to have. It was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's been a great year, man. Looking forward to year 3. Like so great. And yes, the old dirty goat smuggler. Can't wait to have you back in here, man.
All right. Well, this week we are going to cover What If, and then we're going to cover Aquaman. And then probably the week after we'll do White Claw. So tune in this week for some of our episodes. And until next time, guys, Salaam, nerds.
Peace.